Do you want to be a confident servant leader who motivates their team? Then you're going to want to get good at giving and receiving. Yes, there are two parts of the equation, and usually people are good at one or the other. But today, we're going to go over the where, how, and why of giving, and why is your big key to being a happier and more influential leader. And if you want more leadership tips like this in your life, we'll hit the subscribe button and the bell icon below so you never miss an episode. Welcome to Adventures in Leadership on Kristie TV. This is where high achievers go for the tools, confidence, and motivation to become a successful leader. Let's do this. Welcome to part 2 in a 4-part series of giving and receiving. Now, if you missed part 1, you can catch it right here or just click the link below and then come back to this episode. Giving is tangible and intangible. And especially if you're the type that says, well, I don't have much, what can I possibly give? Well, remember, it can be a smile, a compliment, a hug, a warm meal, a referral, a phone call, and yes, a physical gift. So let's get into those 3 tips that you can use to become an amazing and creative giver that your team will love. Let's start with where. Where do you do most of your giving? This sounds like an odd question, but do you only give when it can be seen by others? Or do you prefer to give in secret? Do you give only at work or at home or your place of religion? What if you gave at the grocery store? Think about it. Instead of rushing around getting everything off your list and just leaving, what if you decided to give to someone before you left? What if you gave at the bank or the gas station? Because if you have a mouth, you can give a compliment to nearly anybody, right? One day I was at a restaurant and I had fabulous service and food. So I went up to the cash register and asked the waitress to get the manager. Now, she was a little scared because usually when people ask for the manager, it's usually negative. So the manager comes out and I look at her and say, "Are you the manager?" And she looks at me like, oh boy, here we go. And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Awesome." Because the service I got today was the best. I haven't been here in years. The food was great. I will definitely be back, and my waitress was the best. You should have seen the look on this woman's face when I said that. First, she laughed hysterically, and then she said, "Oh my gosh, I have been having the worst day ever. Everything seems to be going wrong." And of course, then when you asked for me, I just thought it was going to get worse. What you did brightened up my day so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing a bright spot into my day. Thank you. Where are some creative places that you can give more? Let's get into the how. How do you like to give? How you give can say a lot on how you like to receive. Now, in this book, The 5 Love Languages, Gary Chapman discusses 5 main ways that people like to express love. But did you know you can also use it to relate to how you like to give? Do you like to give words of affirmation, like compliments or motivation? Do you like to spend quality time with people, like dinners or events or mentoring sessions? Or how about doing acts of service, like volunteering or doing favors for others? Or maybe you like physical touch, like hugging or a friendly handshake or a pat on the back. Or maybe it's gifts, like a monetary donation, an award, or a physical present. One thing to remember, how you like to give might be different than what the person likes to receive. Now, you might love to get physical gifts, but they might appreciate a compliment more. Now, if you want to make a bigger positive impact as a giving leader, the more you know about the receiver, the better chance you have of making a difference in their life. Also think of how much you're giving, and I don't just mean money. They say nice people finish last, as in those who go above and beyond giving 1,000% of everything that they have are proven to be less successful than the ones who are a little more protective of their time and energy. Because giving 1,000% of yourself all the time will get you burnt out, and then you'll have nothing left to give at all, and especially to yourself. If you're the type of personality that loves to give all the time, there's nothing wrong with that. But if it gets to the point where you feel that you just can't keep up anymore, or that you feel guilty for not giving more all the time, or if somebody's taking advantage of you, stresses you out, or worse, your health takes a dive. If that happens, it's time for you to get a little more protective of your time and energy. And yes, that includes with your spouse and your kids. Being massively overgiving can cause your life to feel a bit unbalanced, stressed, and it's also a sign of codependency. And if you're giving too much to your team, you're really not empowering them to grow and achieve more. How can you strike a balance in your giving? Just one more part to go. Is this opening your perspective on giving? If it is, just hit the like button. Let's move into why. Why do you give? There's a lot of fascinating research in psychology and neuroscience behind why do people give, and you can check out some of that research in the links below. Why do you give? Is it because you feel it's the right thing to do? Because it has something to do with your core values? Is it part of your tradition in your family or your company? Or are you trying to pay it forward because somebody gave it to you? Maybe do you feel guilty about something? There are hundreds of reasons as to why people give, and nearly all of them tie to an emotion or some type of gratification. Yeah, that's right. When you give, you also receive something. Now, whether that's joy or happiness or an ego boost or job satisfaction or an award or something else, there's nothing wrong with any of those reasons, especially if it's a win-win situation. If your reason for giving is to become a confident, more influential leader with your team, well then giving is a great way to do that. Because as a leader, you can give your team your time, knowledge, support, experience, inspiration, grace, love, all of those things. And everything that I just listed is 100% free. But it's awesome because it will all motivate your team to perform better and also create a great culture of giving. Explore all the reasons why you give and how you can take it to the next level. Now that you've seen both episodes on giving, where can you increase your giving, and then where do you need to dial it back? And what type of action are you going to take for you to be more creative and align more in your giving in your servant leadership journey? And if you missed part 1, well, you can catch it right here. And then in part 3, we're gonna go over receiving and how receiving well is going to be a key to your exponential growth as a leader. What are creative ways that you give? Let me know in the comments below, and if this video gave you a spot of motivation, give it a thumbs up. If you loved what you saw today and you want more, you got it. Just hit the subscribe button and the bell icon below, and you'll never miss an episode. And now if you know somebody who would love these leadership tips, success strategies, and motivational stories, well, hit the share button below and share it with them. They may just thank you for it. Thanks for tuning in to Kristie TV, and keep giving in your own way. Do you want to be a confident, next-level leader, but your job doesn't offer any solid training? Are you unsure of how or where to start? Then let's talk. Schedule a free leadership strategy session with me. If you're a driven professional and you're serious about taking your success to the next level, just click the link in the description below. We'll talk about your challenges and next steps you can take to be the leader you're meant to be. Let's move you forward now.